right, 8:14. Welcome back. For many Houstonians, hurricane season means hoping the power stays on. CenterPoint is sharing storm preparedness tips and new tools to help customers stay informed. This morning, we're also asking what the company has done to improve reliability and customer communication. So, Nathan Brownell, thank you so much for joining us. And Stephanie Howard, thank you so much for coming in bright and early in the morning. Okay, let's talk all things CenterPoint. But first thing, what are the updates, upgrades, what changes have been made that CenterPoint has been probably actively working on?
Sure.
Yeah.
So we have continued with our Greater Houston Resiliency Initiative. So folks may have heard of that, and we were talking about that quite frequently. So what that is really hardening and modernizing the electric grid here in Houston. So we've installed almost 75,000 storm-resistant poles. These are poles that are going to withstand about 132 mile an hour hurricane winds across the city. We've trimmed about almost 13,000 miles of high-risk vegetation, so lines that come down, or vegetation that may come on our lines. We've done 800 miles of undergrounding, installed over 700 intelligent grid smart devices. These are going to quickly isolate faults to keep customers on. We're trying to build this grid to withstand all the extreme weather we have here. But if customers do have an outage, we're trying to build this where we can get customers back on much quicker than ever before.
Wow, this is what I think every Houstonian wants to hear,
Yes.
right? You know, because we're talking about this during hurricane season, so that is top of mind. But just like you said, I mean, we can get severe weather all year round. So when we talk about the grid, let's talk about that a little bit. You know, how confident are you? You know, changes, what can Houstonians kind of take away today from that?
Sure. You know, we look at the hurricane season as kind of prime time for us. We've got to be ready, and we're ready. So we've got around 800 individuals that have been trained on our incident command structure that have done over 20,000 hours of training just on the preparations for this. So I talked about the infrastructure investments that we've been making, but it's really focused on our customers. We want to make sure the grid's ready, they have day-to-day improved reliability and resiliency. Kind of talk about some of the improvements that our customers are seeing. Last year, from the investments we made, we had over 100 million less minutes of outage. So that's about 30 minutes per customer less. And this year, we're on track to add an additional 15 minutes on that. So our focus is on our customers. We want to make sure that they have the electric service that they expect, and we're working hard towards it.
Okay, I love that. Talking about your customers, you know, Stephanie, let's talk about the communication, because, you know, those updates, I know I'm one of them. You know, when you get those text alerts and you can see the updates, it just makes you feel so much better. So how do y'all, you know, inform customers? Or, you know, what are you doing with customers there?
Sure. We really recognize how impactful when an outage occurs, what that can mean for a customer or for their family. We are really committed to making sure that they stay informed, that they have all of the information that they need, and we've created a whole series of tools to help them stay informed and know what to expect during an outage. If you go to our CenterPointEnergy.com/Action Center website, that's really the hub for everything. You can launch any of our outage related tools from that page. You can get into our outage tracker, which is cloud-based. It's available in both English and Spanish. It's built to handle high loads and high traffic. It's designed specifically for that. It provides customers with an overview of any address power status across all of our 12 counties that we serve in our service territory. It'll give you an estimated time of restoration, show you the area that's impacted by each individual outage, and give you those really critical estimated restoration times.
And they are, that's incredible. In 12 counties, you know, when you're covering such a big area and so many people, we show that all the time, you know, on our newscasts as well. But we also know that being prepared is a shared responsibility. So everybody at home, you know, we want you to, you know, be prepared because we can have severe weather. Thank you guys both for coming in this morning. I know you guys have been very busy over there. So Jacob and Jen, you know, it's always great to hear though how, you know, all these updates that have happened with the grid, the technology, and all the communication. So we'll send it back to you guys for now.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you, Cheetah.